Hello students, we are back here to study statistics. In the previous session, we had studied example 1 in which the probability of getting a head when a coin is tossed once, we had studied in that example. Today, we are going to study the next example. The next example, it is of a bag contains a red ball, a blue ball and a yellow ball. All the balls being of the same size, Kritika takes out a ball from the bag without looking into it. What is the probability that she takes out the yellow ball, red ball, blue ball? I'll repeat the example. I'll repeat the question. A bag contains a red ball, a blue ball and a yellow ball. All the balls being of the same size, Kritika takes out a ball from the bag without looking into it. What is the probability that she takes out the yellow ball, red ball, blue ball? Proceeding further, let us see what is been explained to us in the solution. Kritika takes out a ball from the bag without looking into it. So it is equally likely that she takes out any one of them. Let Y be the event, the ball taken out is yellow. B be the event, the ball taken out is blue. And R be the event, the ball taken out is red. Now the number of possible outcomes is 3. What is the meaning of possible outcomes? This we have studied previously also in the previous year, and now also we are studying it. Possible outcome means whatever the results can be, whatever the possible results are, that are nothing but the possible outcomes. So in this case, the possible outcomes are 3, means the ball drawn can be of red color, can be of yellow color or can be of blue color. Because without looking inside the bag, the ball is drawn out by Kritika. And what is explained to us in the question? It is explained very clearly that these red ball, a blue ball, a yellow ball, all the balls being of the same size, no difference in between them, only the color is different, and without looking inside the bag, we are drawing the ball. So the number of possible outcomes is equals to 3. The number of outcomes favorable to the event Y. What is the event Y? The event Y is the ball taken out is yellow. So the number of outcomes favorable to the event Y is equals to 1. And what is the probability of that? P of Y is equals to 1 upon 3. Similarly, P of R is equals to 1 upon 3. That is, what is the event of R? Getting a or taking out a red ball, and P of B taking out a blue ball. Okay, what the remarks they are explaining us in remarks? An event having only one outcome of the experiment is called an elementary event. What they are saying? An event having only one outcome of the experiment is called an elementary event. In example 1, both the events E and F are elementary events. What is example 1? Example 1 was of tossing a coin once. In the previous session, at the end, we had seen this example. We had studied this example. What it was? A coin was tossed once. And what are the events E and F? Events E and F was you are getting a head, you are getting a tail. So what happened? It is only one outcome, so it is an elementary event. You will get either head or tail, that's all. Similarly, in example 2, all the three events y, b and r are elementary events. I hope it is clear what is an elementary event. An event which has which is having only one outcome. Event having only one outcome of the experiment is called an elementary event. In example 1, we note that probability of E plus probability of F is equals to 1. P of E plus P of F is equals to 1. In example 2, we note that P of Y plus P of R plus P of B is equals to 1. Observe that the sum of the probabilities of all the elementary events of an experiment is 1. This is the most important thing. What? The sum of the probabilities of all the elementary events of an experiment is 1. This is true in general also. In general also it is true. Let us see the next example. Suppose we throw a die once. What we are doing? We are throwing a die once. What is the probability of getting a number greater than 4? What is the probability of getting a number less than or equal to 4? Let us see what they have explained in the solution. Here, let E be the event getting a number greater than 4. The number of possible outcomes is 6. Yes, when you throw a die, the possible outcomes are 6. They are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. You can see here. And the favorable outcomes to E are 5 and 6. What is the event? The event is the probability of getting a number greater than 4. And 4 is not greater than 4. 5 is greater than 4 and 6 is greater than 4. Therefore, the outcomes favorable to E are 5 and 6. Therefore, the number of outcomes favorable to E are 2. So, P of E is equals to P of number greater than 4 is equals to 2 upon 6 is equals to 1 upon 3. 2 ones are 2 threes are. Proceeding further, let F be the event getting a number less than or equal to 4. What is the next event? F getting a number less than or equal to 4. Number of possible outcomes 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Outcomes favorable to the event F are 1, 2, 3, 4. Why 4 included in this? Because less than or equal to 4. So 4 is equals to 4, not less than. It is equals to 4. Neither 4 is greater than 4. So the number of favorable outcomes, what is that? It is 4. Event is F. So the number of outcomes favorable to F is 4. Therefore, P of F is equals to 4 upon 6. 2 2s are, 2 3s are. It is 2 upon 3. The probability of the event E is 1 upon 3 and the probability of the event F is 2 upon 3. Add both of them. 2 upon 3 plus 1 upon 3, you will get 1. Now what they are explaining before this? Are the events E and F in the example above elementary events? No, they are not, because the event has 2 outcomes and the event E has 2 outcomes and the event F has 4 outcomes. So if we have one outcome, it is known as elementary. So it is not an elementary event. Okay. For example 1, we note that P of E plus P of F. P of E 1 upon 2 plus P of F 1 upon 2 is equals to 1. half plus half is 1, where E is the event getting a head and F is the event of getting a tail. In example 1, these are the events. From 1 and 2 of example 3, we also get P of E is equals to 1 upon 3 and P of F is equals to 2 upon 3. We are adding it 1 upon 3 plus 2 upon 3 and we are getting what? 1. Why? You know it very well by LCM, the denominators are same. 1 plus 2 is 3. 3 upon 3, it is 1. Where E is the event, what is the event? Getting a number greater than 4. And F is the event getting a number less than or equal to 4. Note that getting a number not greater than 4 is the same as getting a number less than or equal to 4 and vice versa. Understand carefully what they have explained. Note that getting a number not greater than 4 is the same as getting a number less than or equal to 4 and vice versa. In 1 and 2, this is 1. Okay. This is 1 and this is 2. This is 2. So, from 1 and 2? In 1 and 2 above, is F not the same as not E? See what they are saying. In 1 and 2 above, is F not the same as not E? Yes, it is. We denote the event not E by E bar. Something new they are explaining us. Not E. So, probability of E plus probability of not E is equals to 1. What they have said, is F not the same as, is F, what is the event F? F is the event in first example of getting the tail, and in the second example getting the value less than or equal to 4, means on the die whatever we have thrown. So, F not the same as not E. Is F not the same as not E? Yes. Very simply we can understand in example 1 that F is the event of getting tail, means it is, what is E is the event of getting a head. E is the event of getting a head and F is the event of getting a tail, means when we are getting a tail it is not E, means it is not head, and it is correct. I hope you are understanding what they are trying to explain us here, that we are getting tail in first example in the event F, which is not head. What is the head event? It is E, means it is not E. And come to the example 2. Here it is. Example 2. What they have said, what is the event of example 2 F event? Getting a number less than or equal to 4. So, when we are getting a number less than or equal to 4, it is not this outcome that we have got in event E greater than 4. It is not this outcome. So, this is equal to not E. Whatever is not possible in E, it is possible in F. So, it is not same as, not the same as not E. Yes. We denote the event not E by E bar. So, P of E plus P of not E is equals to 1. Instead of F we are saying not E, and instead of not E we are writing E bar. So, P of E plus P of E bar is equals to 1, which gives us P of E bar is equals to 1 minus P of E. 1 minus P of E. P of E is taken on the right hand side. In general, it is true that for an event E, P of E bar is equals to 1 minus P of E. What in general they have explained us? That it is true that for an event E, P of E bar is equals to 1 minus P of E. The event E bar representing not E is called the complement of the event E. What E bar is known as? E bar is known as the complement of the event E. We also say that E and E bar are complementary events. What we also say? E and E bar are complementary events. Before proceeding further, let us try to find the answers of the following questions. What they are saying further, that before proceeding further, let us try to find out the answers of the following questions. Please see what the questions are. Before proceeding further, what the questions are? What is the probability of getting a number 8 in a single throw of a die? Die is a single and dice is plural. Please remember this. What is the probability of getting a number 8 where? In a single throw of a die. Okay, and the second question, what is the probability of getting a number less than 7 where? In a single throw of a die. Again, where? A single throw of a die. What is that? Getting a number less than 7. Let us see what the explanation is. We know that for the first one they have explained, we know that there are only 6 possible outcomes in a single throw of a die. These outcomes are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Since no face of the die is marked 8, there is no outcome favorable to 8. That is, the number of such outcomes is 0. What it is? On a die, how many numbers are present? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. All of us have a common experience. We know what a die is. A die is nothing but a cube, and on each of the surface of the cube, one dot is present. And the number of dots go on increasing. One dot is present means, I should say dots are present. On one surface, one dot is present. On second surface, 2 dots. In this way, there are 6 surfaces for a cube and maximum 6 dots are present on a surface. So what happened? From where 8 is coming? Not possible. No face of the die is marked 8. So there is no favorable outcome to 8. That is, the number of outcomes is 0. In other words, getting 8 in a single throw of a die is impossible. Probability of getting 8 is equals to 0 upon 6. Total outcomes are 6. And what is the possibility of this event? It is 0. So the answer is 0. Proceeding further. That is the probability of an event which is impossible to occur is 0. What is the probability? That is the probability of an event. Probability of an event which is impossible to occur is 0. So probability is 0. Such an event is called an impossible event. Such an event is called an impossible event. Now let us see the explanation for the second question, that is the answer of the second one. Since every face of a die is marked with a number less than 7, it is sure that we will always get a number less than 7 when it is thrown once. So the number of favorable outcomes is the same number of all the possible outcomes, which is 6. Now please understand carefully. The number of possible outcomes when a die is thrown once, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. And what is the event? They are asking in second question, what is the probability of getting a number less than 7? Less than 7, all the outcomes are less than 7. So they have explained the same thing here. Since every face of a die is marked with a number less than 7, it is sure that we will always get a number less than 7 when it is thrown once. So the number of favorable outcomes is the same number of all possible outcomes, which is 6. Therefore, P of E, that is what is equals to P of getting a number less than 7 is 6 upon 6 is equals to 1. So the probability of an event which is sure or certain to occur is 1. Occur means to happen. Such an event is called sure event or certain event. So the probability of an event which is sure to occur is 1. And what is a sure event or certain event? Such an event is called a sure event, which is going to happen, which we are certain of. What the note says further? From the definition of the probability P of E, we see that the numerator, number of outcomes favorable to the event E, is always less than or equal to the denominator, that is the number of all possible outcomes. Therefore, 0 less than or equal to probability of that event less than or equal to 1. Please understand the note carefully. From the definition of probability P of E, we see that the numerator, that is what is in the numerator? Number of favorable outcomes of the event. Always what is there in the numerator? Number of outcomes favorable to the event E, to that particular event, is always less than or equal to the denominator. What is in the denominator? The number of all possible outcomes, that is in the denominator. Therefore, 0 less than or equal to P of E less than or equal to 1. This is the conclusion from this. Now let us take an example related to playing cards. They are going to explain us the example of related to playing cards. Have you seen a deck of playing cards? It consists of 52 cards. Deck means that cards we are having, a bunch of cards that we play that Badam Sat, 5-3-2 or something else like that. Have you seen that deck of playing cards? It consists of 52 cards which are divided into 4 suits of 13 cards each. Means 4 groups it becomes, and it is complete group. 4 suits, they are complete, of 13 cards each. The groups are they are divided into 4. How? Spades means ispik, what we say in Marathi. Hearts, badam. Diamond, and clubs, kilwar. And diamonds is known as chaukat, and clubs is known as kilwar. So clubs and spades are of black color, while hearts and diamonds are of red color. The cards In each suit are ace, king, queen, jack, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3 and 2. Ace means Ekka, king means Raja, queen means Rani, jack means Golu or Gulam, and then Dashi, Navi, Atti, Satti, the other cards are present there. Kings, queens and jacks are the face cards. These are known as the face cards. Who? These three. Kings, queens and jacks are called face cards. I hope now the concept is clear with you people. In the playing cards set, that complete thing, we are having four type of things. Spades means ispik, hearts means badam, diamonds means chaukat, and clubs means kilvar. Now they are explaining us that clubs and spades means kilvar and ispik are of black color, while hearts and diamonds are of red color. Chaukat and badam are of red color. The cards are in each suit means in each of these set there are four groups. So in this set there are four groups, and in each of this group they are what? Ace, king, queen means Ekka, Raja, Rani, Gulam or Golu, and then Dashi, Navi, Atti. In this way it is. Please understand the things carefully, because on this basis the questions are asked. We should have the proper knowledge of this. Okay. Afterwards they are explaining kings, queens and jacks are called face cards. These are only these which one? These three are called face cards. Now let us go for example 4. They have explained us, and I have also tried to explain you. One card is drawn. One card is drawn from a well shuffled deck of 52 cards. Calculate the probability that the card will be an ace, not be an ace. What the example is? One card is drawn from a well shuffled deck of 52 cards. Calculate the probability that the card will be an ace, not be an ace. Solution: well shuffling ensures equally likely outcomes. Yes, well shuffling means what? Equally likely outcomes. There are 4 aces in a deck. Let E be the event the card is an ace. The number of outcomes favorable to E is equals to 4. The number of possible outcomes is 52. Why? Because there are 52 cards total, 13 fours are 52. Therefore, probability of E is equals to 4 upon 52 is equals to 1 upon 13. Let F be the event what card drawn is not an ace. So out of 52 cards, 4 are ace. So if we minus those 4, the number of outcomes favorable to the event F is what? 52 minus 4 is equals to 48. There are 4 ekkas that we are having. Ispik ekka, badam ekka, kilvar ekka and chaukat ekka. Those 4 we are minusing because what is the event? Card drawn is not an ace. So 52 minus 4 is 48. The number of possible outcomes is what? 52. And therefore, what are the favorable outcomes? 48 upon 52 is equals to 12 upon 13. Note that F is nothing but E complement. Therefore, we also calculate P P of f as P of f is equals to P of E bar is equals to 1 minus P of E is equals to 1 minus 1 upon 13. If you take the LCM, 13 minus 1, it will become 12 upon 13. So, in this way, you can understand that P of f is nothing but P of E bar, and it is what? 1 minus P of E, that is the probability of the other event, that is P of E. Today we shall conclude this session here. In the next session we shall continue with the next part. Till that time, you people take care of yourselves and study regularly and properly. Thank you.